Welcome to Purpose University. My name is Phaedra Anita Ibunu, and you're welcome again to our channel. So we know that Purpose University is that platform that you use to get strategies, systems, method, and knowledge in building a life on your terms. We had a video previously. If you haven't checked out that video, go and check it out. It was called The Beauty of System Building. And today we're going to talk about consistency and how important consistency leads to productivity. I remember when, I'm not even gonna say it as to boasting or anything. I remember when I was in a situation where I wanted to learn a specific skill, and trying to learn that specific skill, I had issues showing up. And because I was having issues showing up, I was concerned as to this task is not that hard. It's a very easy task to do. Why is it hard for me to show up? Why is it hard for me um, to look at this and just continue doing it? And I realized that the reason why I was not really able to be consistent with it was because I've put a perfection around consistency. If you want to be productive, you need to learn to be consistent. If you want to be consistent, you need to learn self-discipline. If you want to know self-discipline, you need to value yourself. So these are what I went through to help me realize what the issue was. Remember that consistency does not mean it has to be perfect. And I think one of the reasons why many of us are not consistent is that we have put a perfection on our actions and showing up. Just show up. Consistency is you showing up. There's a power of showing up. It's not that if you say, okay, I want to set a goal to lose weight. I'm going to do a 30 minutes video every day and I'm going to show up. There's some days that you're going to be tired. But because you value yourself enough, you're going to show up. Even if you do 5 minutes, it's still better than doing nothing that day. So the reason why people are not consistent is because there is no purpose. If you want to achieve something, there must be a purpose attached to it. If you don't put a purpose attached to it, you will never follow through. And this is so important in every aspect of your life, in business, in your work, in your prayer life, in your spiritual life, in your family. Consistency and showing up means a lot. It brings so much productivity and impact to your life. Let's say, for example, you're a dad. You go to work from one time to one time. You know that you go to work one time to one time. That's your time of going to work. And one of your child says, "Oh, Dad, I have a football practice or a football game this time. I want you to show up." The first you said, "Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to set the calendar. You have a football this. I'm going to show up." If that father does not set the purpose for him showing up, he may not really show up. What will be the purpose for him? I want to be there for my kid. That can be one purpose. I don't want to be a father that is not present. That can be another purpose. I want my child to know that he can count on me. That's another purpose. So you come up with purpose as to why I have to go. Because what drives you to do something is purpose. What is the reason? The why. It's the why that makes you consistent. Why am I doing this in the first place? Why am I showing up to work in the first place? What's the reason for my action? So if you want to really show up, like I said, you need to first have a purpose. What is the purpose of me showing up? Why do I need to show up? And even if I don't show up and do it completely, at least I showed up. So let's even say that the father, he then had work that was going late because he knows that he doesn't want his child to experience the childhood that he went through where his father was not present. That's his purpose that drives him. I don't want my child to feel like I'm not there for him. So I'm going to show up. But let's say work runs a little bit 10 minutes late. He still has in the mindset that, oh my God, even if I'm 10 minutes late, I'm still going to show up. Even if I'm 20 minutes late, I'm still going to show up. And 20 minutes after, maybe he's 20 minutes late, but he showed up. That is a good consistency. Do not mark your consistency with perfection. If you equivalent consistency with perfection, you will never achieve anything and you will never show up. It's not about perfection, it's about showing up. When you put consistency, you get effective results. So if I keep coming up, even if it's 20 minutes late, gradually I start reducing the time. And my son will realize that, oh, even though my father has work, even though he's gonna work to the last hour, he will show up. And that child will feel, oh my God, even though my father came late, he still showed up. He still came for the game. He still was present for the game. He came, he showed up even though he was late. And gradually you start working on avoiding being late. But showing up is enough. There is a power in showing up. If you're doing a weight loss journey and you know that today your body hurts, you've done exercise the whole week, your body hurts, and you're so tired, but you know you're supposed to do exercise today, you wear your clothes. Because what's the purpose? To be healthier. I want to feel good in my skin. I want to look prettier. I want to feel good. I want to be healthy. I want to last long. I want to live long. Many people have purpose. You need to have a purpose, a why, because that why drives you. And because you know that why, you show up regardless, even though you're effective or not. So if I show up yesterday and I did my 30 minutes workout, today you can show up and do 5 minutes and it's okay. Because you know what? You showed up. What that does for you is that it increases your self-value. And I'm going to talk about that because I think that sometimes we celebrate big wins, but we never celebrate small wins. And because we don't celebrate small wins, our mind makes us feel like, oh, if you show up for the big things, then yeah, you're consistent. But why you show up for the small things? I mean, it's just you, brushing your teeth. Why are you celebrating brushing your teeth? For some people, they struggle with brushing their teeth at night. It actually is a problem for them. So they say, you know what? I'm going to show up every day and brush my teeth for 3 minutes every day, every night before I go to bed. Let's say you again go, you're so tired, you're like, I'm still going to show up because I want healthier teeth. You go there, you didn't brush your teeth, but then you use a mouthwash. That is a win. You showed up. So you celebrate it and say, wow, I didn't brush my teeth with a toothbrush, but at least I used a mouthwash before I went to bed. And those are the days you brush your teeth for 3 minutes, and the next day you don't have strength to brush your teeth, so you just put the soap on the toothbrush and you just did it so quick. In less than 30 seconds, you're done. That is still better than you not showing up at all. So you need to exercise the habit of celebrating small wins. That makes your brain excited that, oh, even though I did not brush my teeth for 3 minutes, at least I used the mouthwash. I showed up and I used mouthwash. I did something to help my teeth better. It may not be the maximum goal I set, but a mouthwash also will help my teeth anyways. At least I put the brush for 30 seconds. That's better than me going to bed without not doing anything. So you celebrate, oh my God, I'm so happy I did this. The small wins, celebrating the small wins helps you remain consistent. And because you become consistent, productivity then yields a fulfilling feeling. Remember when I said the small wins? When you start being consistent, you feel like you fulfilled. You feel you've accomplished something, even though you haven't gone into the result yet. You haven't gotten the result that you wanted, but you feel like, oh my God, I did this. I feel good. I accomplished this. Oh my God, I'm getting closer and closer to my destination. I'm so proud of myself. It boosts your esteem. Just like you start the weight loss thing that I was talking about. You show up 30 minutes, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 5 minutes. But as you're going, gradually you're seeing that your consistency is showing results. You start losing a bit of weight. You may never see the weight being lost. You feel light. If you're not feeling light, your clothes are fitting better. Those feeling of fulfillment, even though you haven't gotten to your destination yet, or you haven't gotten the result you wanted, but you're already on the path to get there. Those gives you fulfilling feeling. You feel fulfillment because you now are productive. And what are ways that you can be consistent? Like I told you, system building. We talked about system building. Build a system. If you know you cannot wake up on your own to go to the gym, put an alarm system. Put an alarm system and snooze it for 30, 30 times. If you know that, oh, if you click snooze, you know, you're not going to wake up, then maybe set the alarm 5 times. If I said I want to wake up 5 o'clock in the morning, I set my alarm for 5 o'clock. I set my alarm for 4:50, 5 o'clock, 5:40, 5 o'clock, 5:10, 5:20. There is no way, even if it's, okay, let's even say you only use 10 minutes, you only use 5 minutes. 4:50, 4:55, 5 o'clock, 5:05, 5:10, 5:15. If you set 6 alarm, I'm telling you, you will wake up. You will definitely wake up. So you have to make sure that if you want to be consistent, you have to create a system. As far as you have purpose, systems help you achieve it. If you know that, okay, if I go to the gym at this time, I will be able to do an exercise. So you create a system, a planner. Okay, I'm gonna have a planner, and that planner is going to help me lose weight. So I'm gonna create my planner. Make sure your planner is smart, specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, time-based. So if I am creating this planner, I need to make sure that it matches, you know, what I can do. Okay, set a realistic exercise. Right now, I can't be going to the gym. If you cannot do home exercise, you're not ready to go to the gym. It's plain simple. Except if you have somebody holding you accountable, then you can then go to the gym. But if you cannot even do something as doing an exercise from your home, what makes you feel like you're going to enter your car and go to the gym? So you create a system. I'm going to do 15 minutes to 20 minutes as this day, maybe Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm going to do at least 2 days in a week. And you show up for those 2 days in a week and you do your workout. The more you get that, the more you want to do better. It just happens. From that, it progresses from 2 days to 3 days in a week. From 3 days, it progresses to 5 days in a week. From 5 days, it progresses to the whole week. But you're showing up gradually in the process so that you can achieve that result. Create a system. You cannot be consistent if you don't have a purpose and if you don't have a system. Be self-disciplined. People always talk about, oh, I was not able to achieve this because, you know, this happened and, you know, I was not able, I don't believe in myself. I think that self-discipline, if you don't have self-discipline, you don't have self-value. So instead of you focusing on being disciplined, I think you should focus on why do I not value myself? Because lack of self-discipline is the proof of lack of self-respect. So if you do not value yourself, you can never be disciplined with yourself. Because discipline is painful, but the reward of discipline is so much better than the pain you went through. So you need to ask yourself a question. If I can't show up for myself, what really is the issue? If I have a purpose and I said I want to be healthier, I want to feel better, that's a purpose to drive you. And I can't show up for myself. It's not a discipline problem, it's a self-value problem. I don't value myself enough to show up for myself. So now you need to now focus on building your esteem, respecting yourself more. And I'm going to give an example because I think that, how do I say this? I think that some people think showing up for everybody is going to give them validation. And let's talk about validation for a second. Let's just go into validation for 1 minute. Some people are so focused on pleasing people that they don't please themselves. And I used to be like that. If someone has an event, I want to show up because, oh, they're my person. I show up for this event, I show up for this event, I show up for this event. But what that is doing for me is taking my time to get to know me. People can never know you if you do not know yourself. How can somebody get to know you when you don't even know yourself? So you have to create time for yourself. Your respect for yourself is very important because if you can respect yourself, you can respect others. And you can show for others because you respect yourself. That's why I always advocate for scarcity. Not scarcity mindset. Scarcity means you're being scarce. You're not always there. When you're not everywhere at the same time, You create an immense high value for yourself. Your self-respect increases because now you understand that I don't need to show up for all the events that they give me. I don't. Wealthy people do this all the time. You invite them for a thing, they go there, 20 minutes, they're gone. So now you know that their time is not just, and there's sometimes that you stay there depending on the relationship you have with the person. But you need to understand that there is a power in scarcity. And that scarcity helps build your self-respect. If you cannot create time for yourself, how can you be creating time for people when you don't have time for yourself? How would you know yourself when you don't spend time with yourself? So for you to be consistent, you need self-discipline. For you to have self-discipline, you need to have self-respect and self-value. What are my value system? This person needs me, I'm there. This person needs me, I'm there. There is a power in saying no. I'm sorry, I cannot come. No one is going to kill you. And even with your presence will be missed. So that when you show up, people value your presence. This goes even in relationships. You don't give your husband time on his own. You don't give yourself time on your own. You're always around each other 24/7. There is no opportunity to miss that person. And sometimes distance makes the heart grow fonder. You long for someone because you know spending time with them gives you a specific kind of feeling. And when you're not around them, you feel, oh, I really want to be with this person. I like being around this person. But if you're around them all the time, you will never know the feeling of missing them. So sometimes, even when you're married, say, oh, baby, I would like to go on a vacation, even if it's just 2 days or 1 day. Or, babe, I want you to do this on your own. Just spend some time with yourself. Enter your man cave. Do your own thing on your own. I do my own thing on my own. You spend the whole day apart. And when you come back in the evening, it's beautiful because you're like, oh, I've missed you today. I really wanted to see you. But every day you guys are working together. You're doing everything together. You're around each other. You're in the same space. Honestly, there is no room to even get to know yourself better because in marriage, you have to also evolve. You can't be the same person always. You have to evolve as seasons change. So for you to show up, like I said, you need to have purpose. Number one thing is purpose. Then have strategies to fulfill that purpose. Systems. Because if you want to really show up and be consistent, you must have self-discipline. And if you really want to have self-discipline, you must have self-value. And I hope that this video helps you because I think that this is one area that people struggle. Consistency is the key to productivity. You want to achieve a specific goal, you need to be consistent. If you cannot be consistent, that means that you do not value yourself and you do not respect yourself. So spend this time asking yourself a question. If I cannot be disciplined with myself, how can I even help other people? How can I even impact other people's lives if I cannot even impact my own life? If I cannot even show up for myself, how can I show up for others? And I hope that this really was impactful. And make sure you check out other videos that are also informative and they give you wisdom and strategy to live a better life and in personal development. But not just also personal development, in creating a lifestyle that makes you live life on your terms. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And I'll be back again with another video. Bye.